Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to do a quick post-match reaction for Manchester United's 1-0 win over West Ham over the weekend. It's a couple of days since the game, so yeah, it's a late video just because I've been away over the weekend, so yeah, not had a chance to do it until now. But I did still watch the whole 90 minutes, so I can still do a post-match reaction on what I thought of the game. And first of all, I'm just loving this team at the moment. Really am. I'm loving what I'm seeing on the pitch. There's great character. There's great strength. There's grit. There's determination. There's leadership now starting to come in people's games. There's togetherness in the team. Everyone's working for each other. You see how much it means when they make a clearance or make a save at the end of the game. They're all hugs, and it's just amazing to see. And it just seems like there's something building in this team now. I'm not going to get carried away, of course not, but it's just good to see this. After the past few seasons where we've not seen this, this is great to see. And first of all, I think I'm going to start with the defence and goalkeeper. I'll talk about all them in one. And first of all, it's great that we're getting the clean sheets. We've got 5 and 6 now. And even that goal was a penalty against Chelsea, the goal we conceded in those 6 games. So we haven't actually conceded from open play in like 7 games now. So that's just great to see, and I think that's what we've got to do. Great teams, build from the back, with clean sheets, and that's how. And then you got the attackers. We've got the great attackers. That's something we need to improve on. We all know that. We can score more goals, especially with what we've got in the attacking positions. But first of all, we're getting clean sheets. That's a good start, and it's something we've not been able to do. For a very long time is put a run of clean sheets together, and I think the whole back four deserves credit for that. I mean, the whole team, but I think the back four and the goalkeeper play a big part in that. And I think the one reason, or not the only reason, but I think one of the main reasons is why we're getting these clean sheets is we're getting a regular back four. I know Ryan was obviously injured for this game, but we're starting now to have the proper fullbacks. Luke Shaw and DeLowen basically playing every game. Martinez in there, and then we had to make the change with Maguire coming in. And I'll quickly just talk about Maguire because first half he was really frustrating me, and I was like, West Ham were going to score because of Maguire. He was making some really bad passes. He was coming out a couple of times where he got nowhere near the ball and they nearly got in, and it was very frustrating to watch him in the first half. Now, you could say, he's been out for a while, so, he's still lacking that match sharpness. And it would have been interesting, actually, whether if Lindelof had been fit, because I think Lindelof would have played this game had he not been ill. And it'd be very interesting now next week whether he'll play Maguire or Lindelof next to Martinez. If Lindelof's fit, I think he will be, because he was only ill for this game, so I think he will be fit. So yeah, that would be a big talking point maybe next week. Who's playing next to Martinez? But saying that, Maguire actually second half he did make some really good blocks and clearances. So I got to give him credit for that. And I think that's the thing with Maguire. I think he's good at at certain parts of games. When you got teams like West Ham who are going to basically throw balls in there, you do need people like Maguire who can head the ball away, put their body on the line in the way, and he did really well at that. So yeah, I give credit to Maguire for that second half performance, especially in the last 15-20 minutes where West Ham were really starting to get on top of us, and we really needed people like even McTominay came on as well, and I think them two really helped in that second half near the end anyway, especially. And I think for me, Maguire is not going to be a first choice of Manchester United, but for this season, I think he can come on in games if we do need someone to head balls away, get their body in the way. Maguire is good at doing that. So fair play to him for the second half performance. Don't need to talk about Martinez. He was just great again. And then the fullbacks, I'm really liking what I'm seeing them at the moment. They're starting to do start to show that, proper Man United fullbacks now, getting forward, getting back, linking up with the play, and being in the right position at the right time. And it's great to see those two now. It seems like they've been working on their game. The manager's got to take great credit for that. Great for them too. De Gea though, well, I've talked about De Gea. A special mention for De Gea, because some of those saves in that second half were just wow, just terrific. Especially the Antonio one, where he somehow got that ball where it's literally behind him. Basically, I thought it was in, and he saved it. And I was like, wow, what a save that is. And then the last one from Declan Rice, where basically I think it was the last kick of the game, and it's going top corner. It was a great strike from Declan Rice, and as soon as it hit his foot, as soon as it left his boot, I thought it was in. I was like, that's going in. And De Gea just made a great save, amazing save, and basically has got us the 3 points in that game. And the thing about De Gea is, I've never criticised him for his shot stopping. That's always something he's had in this game. For me, he's one of the best in the business at doing that. He's made saves like that all the time. But the one thing I've criticised him for, and something that I'm seeing now in his game, is his coming off the line, coming out of his box and clearing the ball, and that's something you need to see now, more of him, and we are seeing that, and that's great to see. And then also, he's playing from the back, he's being more comfortable with the ball, and that's something that I think now managers want to see, not just, our manager. I think a lot of managers now want to see a goalkeeper, basically being an outfield player at times, comfortable with the ball and playing out, and not just passing the ball, actually passing to a player. And De Gea's, not saying, and he's still not, I don't think he's up there with Alisson or Edison, but I think he is starting to show now that he's got this in his game, and it's certainly, I didn't think he had actually. That's why I criticised him. That's why I actually thought maybe we might need a new goalkeeper next summer, but maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he could actually prove a lot of Man U fans wrong, and he could actually be a goalkeeper now for the next. Well, he could end his career here. If he can put this into his game on a regular basis, then for me, we might not need a goalkeeper, and he could actually end his career here, which would be great to see, because that will save us a lot of money as well. So yeah, great with De Gea, great performance from him, and and the defence overall great as well. Casemiro, he was just amazing in that midfield. I just want to give a special mention to him again, because I'm loving what I'm seeing from Casemiro. He's dominating that midfield and controlling it, and we're starting to see now. I said this in my last video as well, the real Casemiro. Brilliant performance from him. Marcus Rashford, we've got to give him a special mention. 100 goals now for Manchester United, and his goal on the weekend was a great goal. A bullet header, powerful, and something I think he's worked now on what he's worked on in his game is his heading, because against Newcastle actually, we all know he should have scored, and since then he's scored 2 goals with his head. So it shows that I think he's been working on that in training, which is great to see. And that's what you want to see, because you want to see people work on things that they're not very good at. And he's not scored many with his head. I think it was before this it was 5 goals with his head. So yeah, not a great record. For me, he's still better on the left. I think he's he did play on the weekend, but I think it's good to, if he can prove on his game, because he might sometimes this season he might have to be the centre forward. So that's good to see from Marcus Rashford, and I think if he keeps his form up, I think he'll be going to the World Cup, and that would be great for him, because I think he's had a tough 18 months or so, and I think he really needed now this good spell. He needed a good start to the season, and he's starting now to show what all Man U fans knew he had. He just lost a bit of confidence. I think he said in his post-match interview that he was, he wasn't the same player last season, and he was, he wasn't focused going into games. That's great now that he's starting to get this back into his game. We're starting to see the proper Marcus Rashford, the one that we Man U fans love to see, and hopefully now we can keep this up for the rest of the season. But yeah, as I said, overall again, I'm just really happy with what I see with this team at the moment, and we've got to keep building on this now. We're currently now just outside the top 4 by 1 point. We're just behind Newcastle with a game in hand, so yeah, we're not far off at all really now for getting in that top 4, and I think that's definitely the main aim. With a trophy would be nice as well, but I think with top 4, I think we get back into that Champions League is really, really important. And we're not really. I think it's gonna be really hard. That top 4 this year. I think it's gonna be 4 or 5 teams. I really think Newcastle now could actually, put a challenge in for that. I did thought maybe this season might be a step too far, but I'm starting to see a lot from Newcastle that maybe they could actually get top 4. Chelsea and not sure what's going to happen with Chelsea. They had a big defeat on the weekend, not their first of the season either. Tottenham are getting wins but not really playing well, and they don't always start well until they score the goal, until they concede. So they can't do that for the whole season. So I think sooner or later Tottenham actually might have a bad spell, and they might not even make top 4 themselves. And I've been saying all season that Tottenham will make top 4, but at the moment they are doing well. But I just think they might have that spell where they might not. As I said, they can't keep doing this all the time. So yeah, it'll be very interesting this season. I still think Liverpool will come back into it. I know they're having a bad spell at the moment, but I still think Liverpool might, still fight for top 4. So it's going to be a very interesting season for that top 4. And hopefully Manchester United can get into that top 4 this season, because that'll be great progression from last season, and then obviously build on until next season as well. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'll do some previews for the games coming up this week. Real Sociedad away in Spain, massive game. We need to win by 2 goals, and then we've got the Aston Villa next Sunday. So yeah, I'll do the previews. I'll do obviously the post-match reactions for those games as well. I'll do my Premiership predictions for the weekend games as well. And yeah, I'll just keep subscribing to my channel. Give us a like, and all have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.